Former Formula One driver Nico Rosberg has disclosed that he walked away from a $136 million contract after his spectacular 2016 victory. Rosberg shocked the motorsports world in 2016 when he announced his retirement from the sport only days after winning his first F1 title with Mercedes. So, what do you think is the reason behind Nico Rosberg's decision to quit Formula One after rejecting a $100 million contract? Stay tuned and let's all find out. But before tuning in, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell for more updates and videos like this one. Before we go on, let us first get an insight about this former Formula One driver, Nico Rosberg. Who exactly is Nico Rosberg? Nico Rosberg, the well-known royal race playboy, has won the desired title in Formula One and is leaving the sport at the pinnacle of his career. In his countless interviews, the pilot has managed to answer questions about his biography and the reasons for this. Nico Rosberg, the son of professional racer Keke Rosberg, whose nickname was Flying Finn, was born in 1985. The youngster had a terrible childhood because he had to move around with his mother all the time. Because the child's father was working, Rosberg had to go from one town to another. Nico's family moved to Monaco when he was 10 years old. With desire, the young guy remembers his childhood years. His father forbade the youngster from attending parties or celebrating with his pals. Keke became very stern with his son when he found himself behind the wheel of the cart. The dad had forgotten that Nico was still a child when he set out to make his child look like him. Rosberg Jr.'s life mantra has become constant training. Perhaps this is why the lively and curious youngster grew into a withdrawn and closed-off young man as he grew older. Despite his childhood resentment of his parents, Nico is grateful to them for instilling in him his leadership abilities. Following his father's footsteps, he launched his career in karting. He didn't have to deal with races the hard way. It appears his father's genes played a role in this. After finishing fourth in the European Karting Championships for juniors in 1999, the young guy was a promising young driver. In 2005, the racing driver made his Formula One debut. Because Rosberg's bolide collided with Mark Webber's bolide in his debut race in Bahrain, the young man did not get the coveted success. Because the front-rear wing had to be replaced, the pilot had to drive to his box, which cost him a lot of time. He finished 7th and set a lap record in the process. At the same time, he became Formula One's youngest pilot to achieve this. The 2006 season may be considered a failure for Rosberg since he finished 17th in the competition due to several departures from the track for technical reasons. Rosberg was so dissatisfied with Williams constructors' obvious errors that he considered transferring to a more powerful team. For Nico's professional development, the years 2007 to 2010 were rarely fruitful or beneficial. Due to the slow-moving bolide's poor technical features, the racer could not fully demonstrate his abilities. The victory in Brazil, where the Williams squad finished 4th overall, was the best overall result in the field. It was the continuous failures of the pilot's bolide automobile that left him the most disillusioned. There was an oil leak from the motor during the race, followed by the gearbox becoming seized up. Additionally, the racing driver experienced unanticipated fuel exhaustion, and there was even an engine explosion at one point. All of these problems had a detrimental impact on the time required to complete the track passing. Finally, in 2010, Nico left the British company and signed a deal with Mercedes-Benz GP, which was built on the foundation of the Team Braun GP. The team's chief pilot was introduced as the future champion. After a few months, German's partner was Michael Schumacher, a 7-time world champion. Such a companion motivated the young racing driver to achieve great things. The first race in the overall standings resulted in a 7th place finish. The young man had everything he needed to attain his goal at the time: a high-speed bolide, an eminent partner, and the talent and desire to work hard and consistently. It worked effectively during the 2012 season when Nico Rosberg won his first challenge. The racing driver won his maiden pole position at the Chinese Grand Prix and his second podium in Monte Carlo. The young German made it into the top 10 racing drivers this season, finishing 9th in the current standings. Rosberg had a bad start in 2013, as his bolide continually ran off track, costing him points. By season's conclusion, the racer had equaled the results and won in both Britain and Monaco. Then he lost his buddy. Hamilton replaced Schumacher. Lewis also wanted to claim the champion title. In a year, Formula One amended the rules so that racing drivers could now choose a permanent number for themselves. Nico chose the 6th number, since it delivered triumphs to him and his legendary father. Rosberg was the leader at the start of the 2014 season. Still, the force's position had shifted by the end of the year, and the leadership had transferred to Lewis Hamilton. It was the result of the accident with Lewis at the Belgian Grand Prix. Nico's morale suffered due to the scenario, and he finished 15th and was named World Vice Champion. Now, what is the truth about Nico Rosberg quitting Formula One and rejecting a $136 million contract? In 2016, after winning the first Formula One championship with Mercedes, Nico Rosberg surprised the motorsport world by quitting the athletic competition. The German star left Mercedes after a 7-year contract with the company and has since worked as an F1 expert and entrepreneur focused on sustainable development. On the other hand, Rosberg confessed that he turned down the 9-figure offer to remain in the sport. Rosberg stated, "I wanted to avoid going out as a has-been or someone who is not wanted anymore. I mean, there was $100 million on the table I gave up on. I longed for a different kind of life. You don't have flexibility when you're racing. It was the best decision for my family. I didn't think about the money for 1 second." Rosberg and Mercedes colleague Lewis Hamilton, who has a notoriously fractious relationship on and off the track, could create a poisonous situation in the team garage. Mercedes' fan base was instantly divided as the 36-year-old recalled how fast their nasty rivalry split them. Rosberg also stated, "There are 2 camps, Nico's camp and the Hamilton fans, and all the Hamilton fans are against me, of course. There were about 4-year-old girls right in front of me with their dads, and they were bullying me and giving me thumbs up. Their dads told them I was terrible, and they had to boo me." Rosberg referred to Red Bull phenomenon Max Verstappen as his most troublesome competition throughout his Formula One career last season. Verstappen is in second place in the driver standings for the 2021 season, having occurred 187 points and 8 podium finishes after 11 races. So what can you say about Nico Rosberg rejecting a $100 million contract and quitting his career as a Formula One driver? Let me know your thoughts below. Before this video ends, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more updates and videos like this one.